Hey everyone, welcome to Kernels, where we discuss short films. Today's short film is another Kodak film, a Kodak series film. It's What We Find in the Night, directed by Keenan O'Reilly. Sorry, oof.
Hey, Kai has not talked all day, so it's the first time
Seriously.
he's talking. No, but what do we get from this? That this is, I'm assuming that these are like short films, and
Kodak
Kodak is like
Kodak produced,
presenting
or
these and
yeah,
everything,
it's like
right?
shot on film. I want to say they're all 35 mil, but they might be a mixture of film stocks and film types. It might be 16 mil out there, but I think the two that we've seen have been 35.
And I think what you get like the most out of these, and we've seen it with the last one, and this one specifically, like the color,
Yeah,
and like especially that one scene where she's sitting there in front of her window, and it's like all blue, and it's
yeah.
beautiful. And I think for a 13-minute, I put down 13 minutes, but I think it was less than that.
It
uh,
was quick.
mhm.
It was like really because, and you probably had the same thoughts when you watched it. The beginning threw me off. Like I didn't expect the beginning of this short to be the way it was, and then for it to transition to how it ended. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Me too. I was like, is this gonna be a scary? Like this kind of like turned
Yeah,
into like a scary thing, and then you're like, whoa, it's like a heartwarming thing at the end.
yeah. Like it's super. It's scary in the beginning. So I was almost anticipating that. Like, oh, this is going to be a horror short, and then it transitioned to drama and then heartwarming. So it was a hell of a roller coaster for 12 or 13 minutes.
That's exactly what I wrote
Yeah,
myself, where it's like it's very intense. It's the subject matter at the very beginning.
yeah.
It's the loss of a child, an unborn child at that too, and then it turns into where it's like she has this unopened letter from
Her
her
father.
father, right?
Hmm.
Her like long lost father. And I'm typically the person like the dude that's laying in the bed like, oh, how come you haven't read it yet?
Yeah,
Like it's been so long, why? But I do get the reasoning why, where it's like it's almost like finality of everything, like this may be the last thing that you have of that
yeah.
individual.
It's like Pandora's
Or
box.
yeah, or yeah, like you have no clue what's inside that thing, and
Hmm.
so it may be a bad thing too. And so your mind is kind of racing off into those things and stuff. And the way that they did it at the end, where the dad is like, I got it, where it's
Speaking
like,
to her. Oh, sorry.
yeah, like, did you get it that he was dead? And then when we first saw the father, that the baby, like, we're assuming that it's like this manifestation of dead individuals around her,
Hmm.
right? So it was really interesting, and it's like, yeah, it's a roller coaster.
Yeah, because like watching the beginning and hearing the baby crying, you're like, oh, okay, she's gonna go pick up her child and console it, and then it's just not how it plays out, and you're like, wait, where the hell? Like, where is this going? And then for the father to come into play, and then for her to read the letter at the end, you're kind of like, man, that was great, but not what I expected.
And I think it was written and directed by the same person, which is like amazing.
Keenan O'Reilly, yeah,
Yeah. So then the cinematography of this, it's like, I think Kodak is knowing which to kind of like promote and stuff,
hmm,
and I kind of wrote a note about the beginning, the title sequence, when it displays the title when like the light kind of like gets cast onto what we find out is the bloody kind of mattress and stuff,
oh yeah,
and then like right when that light is cast, then it's like the reveal of the title
the
sequence
title.
and stuff. And I was like, that's kind of nice. That was
It
cool.
played. It was really, really, really well done. I have no dislikes. I only have praise for this.
Now, in terms of like recommending this to somebody,
Hmm.
like, is it like, I can see where, like, for me, I would think it's like for people that want to see like how film does to a movie, like like recording on actual film.
Yeah,
and then how you can kind of get the different texture and the lighting. So I think anybody that's kind of looking into like cinematography and everything, this is kind of nice to watch.
for sure. I think it, like you said, because I know like early in the podcast we had talked about the difference between digital and film and just that texture and that feel and look that film provides. And if someone has that, doesn't have the understanding of the difference, this is something you would definitely want to show them. But I think this is something that a casual viewer would enjoy also. Like it's not too long. Uh, like we both said, it's a roller coaster. You don't know what to expect as you're watching it, but you still have that heartwarming climax.
Yeah, it ends as it begins. You're almost like, oh
Hmm.
man, you're almost like taken back of like,
Man, like it hits you. You're just like, oh.
right? Well, let us know if you've seen this. It's called What We Find in the Night. We'll have a link to the short film in the description of the video below. And let us know if you've seen it, liked it, disliked it in the comment section. And please like and subscribe to Saturday Night Popcorn for more kernels like these.